Welcome back to week one of your mentor program. I'm Frank Durafoli, Executive Director with BNI here in the Hudson Valley area. Today, we're going to cover some things that you may have already done, but if not, here's a list of what we're going to cover. First, we want to make sure you know how to go on the BNIHudsonValley.com website to schedule attending the Member Success Program 1 and the Member Spotlight training. Second, we want to review your orientation form. Third, we want to make sure you know how to create your profile online. Fourth, we want you to start creating a prospect list. Fifth is we want to make sure that you start to understand the president, their roles, what the agenda is, expectations of you, and their weekly commitment. So let's first talk about the Member Success Program and Member Spotlight and why that's so important. Those two programs are required before you're allowed to do your Member Spotlight. That's getting up in front of the chapter for 8 to 10 minutes and really getting people to understand more about your business and what a great referral is for you. We do that because Member Success Program 1 is really going to give you the foundation for success to understand how to make BNI work for you. And Member Spotlight, we're going to give you a training on how to present that 8 to 10 minutes in the best way possible. So once those two are all set, then your Secretary Treasurer is going to put you into the lineup to get speaking as soon as possible. The second thing is we want you to review your orientation form with your mentor. Go through it, make sure it's all filled out correctly, and make sure you fully understand what it means to move forward in BNI. Creating your profile online is extremely important. In my recommendation, you want to make sure that you have your photo up there, or you have your company's logo on there, your contact information, as much information about your company as possible, and you'll see what's called the Gains profile and that type of thing as you go through it with your mentor. This is really important for you to get the most out of your BNI membership, because the reality is you never know where that next referral is coming from, and it may come from someone in your chapter, it may come from someone in the region, or it may come from someone somewhere across the country or actually around the world. We've had people here in this region who've gotten business from Australia, from London, from Italy, and from California and more. So make sure your profile is filled out so people can find you and hopefully hire you. The next thing we want you to do is build a prospect list. So you're saying, what does that mean? Well, we understand that a lot of BNI members really don't know how to give referrals yet or aren't ready to give referrals to people in the chapter because they don't know them well enough, which is an extremely valid feeling to have. But one of the things you can do to give to the chapter is introduce them to the network of people that you know. And we're going to talk a little more about that over the next few weeks. So what we're going to look at now is start talking about what are the different types of businesses or people that you know in the area that could benefit from finding out more about BNI, meeting your members, and maybe have them come to the chapter. And your mentor is going to talk to you about that. What you'll also see on page 8 of your passport is we want you to sit down with the mentor and the president of the chapter. By sitting down with the president, we want you to have a conversation with them and find out directly from them what they see their role and responsibilities being in the chapter. It's important for you to find out how BNI meetings work and what the president's role is. And let them tell you about their experience in BNI. Also, you're going to talk a little bit about the agenda of BNI. Understand the agenda of the meeting is the same in every single country in the world. It's kind of the secret to BNI. It's what runs a great meeting, and the president's going to go through a little bit of how that works best for you. And in that meeting, we want the president and the mentor and you to talk about expectations. What expectations do we have of you, and what should you have of us? I'm a believer that our expectations of you and what you should know is that we expect you to give absolutely no referrals for the first 3 to 4 months you're a member. Why? You don't know everybody well enough yet. So don't worry about giving referrals, worry about building the relationships. Second thing I want you to expect is I want you to expect to receive absolutely no referrals in the first 3 to 4 months. Why? Because the members in the chapter don't know you very well yet either. So don't worry about getting or receiving referrals for that first 90 or 120 days. Focus on building the relationship. Focus on building trust with the people in your chapter. That's how you're going to build referrals coming out of that. What will happen is, will you give a referral in the first 90 days? Probably. Will you get a referral? Probably, but don't worry about it. Focus on the relationship and then the rest will come. The final thing we want you to talk about with the president and the mentor is the weekly commitment to BNI. As you know, we have a meeting every 7 days. There's a reason for that. The reason you have it once a week is to build a habit. What we also want to see happen is that you know the attendance policy and that you're there every week. If we're not there every week, it just doesn't work. So that weekly commitment is not just showing up, but it's being there to listen to the other members, being there and preparing your sales manager minute. Taking advantage of those 90 minutes is of the utmost importance so you can get the most out of your BNI membership. So this week, enjoy sitting with your mentor and your president, go through your mentor booklet and your passport, and I'll see you next week.